Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry we've not put a video out for a while. Everything's been a little bit too bitty, and to be honest, when I was editing it, I thought it was too boring to post online. So anyway, we're starting a medium-sized job today. It's a oil combi conversion, but most of the pipework we're running new. So it's a bungalow where we're at. So I'll just show you the stage of the job where we've got to so far. So over here in the corner, you can see the old flow and return. So at the moment, that is still live. It's feeding a heat-only Grant boiler that is situated just outside that wall there. Might be able to show you if I just poke the camera through the window. So yeah, you can see there's the oil tank, there's the boiler. So this is our first day here today, and we're just getting the carcass pipework in. So just start over here in this corner. So because we're converting to a combi, we are running 4 new pipes all the way through the house. So luckily we're on the ground floor here, it's a bungalow, so it's not too bad. So we've got our wall ravens in, everything's being done in copper. And as you can see, we're trying to keep as little fittings as possible. So we're trying to bend almost everything we possibly can. So flow return, hot and cold. Bailey's just working on this section here, just getting the pipe work through. And sorry mate, we are just teeing off here. So there's a master bathroom going in there, and we're just branching off and leaving that cap for now. And then over here in the corner is where the old airing cupboards are going to be, and that's where we're going to be converting this current system. Okay, so we've got the bones of the copper work in now, so we're just up to this point in the hallway. That's where the airing cupboard is at the moment. Sorry mate. We've got the flow return, hot and colds all in, and there's going to be a little ensuite going here. So Bailey's just chopped in the hot and cold that'll be going to the shower, so the carpenter will just put his plate along there and cut the holes through. At some point we're going to have a toilet over here and a basin. We're just waiting for all that to be delivered so we can first fix that correctly. So yeah, we've made a good start on this one. It's only just lunchtime on the first day, so all the pipe work, whoa, fall over on the joist, all the pipe work's there ready to go. After lunch, just going to cut this plasterboard out, and then we also, there's a room adjacent to that wall there, we just need to run some feeds to that, and also a radiator over where that ply is. So yeah, making a good start. Okay, so we've kind of come to a stop with the central heating and hot and cold water supplies, just because we're still waiting for the rads to turn up and some bathroom supplies. So we've moved on to outside where we're going to be altering an existing soil stack. So at the moment, this soil stack just comes out the floor here. We've got a glued fitting, unfortunately, so we're just having to cut it above and put a joint coupling on. We are going to be running the pipe work along here to pick up our new shower that's going in the master ensuite. Then we've got 2 back-to-wall toilets, and also we need to try and get rid of this sump pump hose. Okay, so I've just got this pipe cut now. As you can see, I've just cut it at a low level. We're just going to put a glued boss fitting onto there. So normally we don't use glued fittings when we're doing our soil stacks, just use the push fit one. But anyone who works with soil stacks will know, like the push fit ones, they're pretty big, and we need to keep this as low as possible. There is, however, if we do run into like full troubles, there is actually a gully there, so we could potentially just run the shower pipe straight into that, but I really want to keep it inside the stack. So Bailey's going to be jumping onto this, and I'm going to start decommissioning the existing central heating system now. So
Hi.
I've literally just set up the ladder, and I can show you what we've got. So up here we have got a header tank and a cold water storage tank to the cylinder. If I don't fall down this sketchy ladder. Okay, so when I first come to quote this job, originally they was talking about having an unvented cylinder up here, but there's only 2 people living here. It's only having 2 bathrooms, so rather than trying to use all this old ropey pipe work, that's why we went for the combi boiler outside. Okay, here is the little header tank. So it actually looks relatively new. Looks like it's been replaced recently. and there is a stopcock, so what the betting is that does not work, but we'll give it a go. Okay, we're outside now, and this is the existing heat only boiler that we're going to be removing. So I'm just in the process of draining the central heating down. As you can see, the customer's had a lot of groundwork done out here. Don't know what you guys think of that ACO underneath the oil tank, but anyway, we'll move on. So obviously we've got our flow and return coming out here at the moment. That inside goes up the wall like I showed you earlier. So we need to bring all our pipework from our Combi through here in the same sort of location, but we're probably going to have it like neatly piped up against the wall and insulated. I need to put a filter on there. So the base is just about okay for the Combi boiler, although it is a little bit skinny. So like I say, I'm just going to get this decommissioned now, get it drained down, and get this off the base. Okay, so while I've been decommissioning the boiler and getting all the radiators out, Bailey has managed to get the soil pipe in. So we couldn't get the soil stack as low as I was hoping, but we have got the shower installed underneath there. This white compression fitting there, that is that sump pump that's in the floor. So at the moment, that's just how we're terminating it, because that gully there just runs straight into a drain down here. And at the moment we've just got the external air admittance valve. We don't really want to go over the ridge tile if we can avoid it. So over here are all the radiators that we've removed. There's the old boiler. So new boiler's coming tomorrow, and we can start to get it installed. Okay, it's the following day now, and the boiler's just arrived, so we're just locating a new Navion Combi boiler into position. So we're actually going to orientate this boiler in the opposite direction, or we're going to spin it 90 degrees. So originally it was facing this way, the old Grant, but we want it facing this way just because we're going to have the flue coming out the back with a plume kit running up here. And also the pipes on this boiler, they come out of these spigots here straight through the back, and then we can go straight through the wall just to minimise the amount of pipework that's on display. The oil line is just located behind the boiler there. I'm aware that the pad needs slightly extending. That's my fault, I didn't spot that when I was quoting. And yeah, we're just going to run the condense pipe along here straight into that gully. So Bailey is just getting the pencil marks on for the holes that we're going to be drilling through, and then we can work either side and get this beast plumbed in. Right, we are getting there now with this Combi boiler install. So Bailey's been quite hard at work getting all the copper work through the wall. So one of the downsides of this Navion is you can't actually fit a filter in there, or if you can, it would be extremely tight. So what we've done is we put one of those Addy atoms outside. So I just need to look into seeing if we can get an insulation for that. I know you can for the MagnaClean Pros. Obviously the flue's not going to stay like that. They sent us the wrong kit out, but we just need to run the flue up above there to where the eaves are. And then the oil line is in again, but frustratingly we're having to put the fire valve a metre away from the boiler, so it does loop back on itself. And Navion always recommend having a tiger loop on their boiler. So condensers there, just need to get that insulated, and now we can begin to move inside and start connecting up to all the pipework we first fixed. Okay, so we're moving back inside, and Oscar is here today. So we've had him doing all the insulation and all the pipe work, and we've just started to get our first fix in for our radiator position. So unfortunately all this plasterboard and ply just all fell over and crushed Bailey's work, but we'll get that sorted out in a minute. So this is the pipework here that's going out to the boiler. So again, Oscar's just got that all insulated. We're actually running 2 temporary feeds at the moment, which will pick up the existing bathroom until that gets switched over, but eventually those feeds there will go, and all this pipework here will run to the new bathrooms and eventually the new kitchen. So Bailey's also started to get the pipework in for the first fix for this little ensuite that's going here. So obviously we've got our saw pipe there, hot and cold there, and also we've got hot and cold there for our shower. So there's no towel rail going in here, which is great. Another radiator position there, which we've just piped up, and then moving through into the hallway. The Chippy is just kindly putting some timber in this wall for us here so we can hang the rad, and then through here this is what radiators are actually having. So we're quite fortunate they've asked for the feet to be installed, so we're just going to be putting the top brackets on. So look really nice, white triple column radiators, and we're going to carry on installing the radiators throughout the property and get it all filled up. Okay, so we've got the boiler all up and running now. We have connected up 2 of the radiators just so they've got heating in part of the house. The rest of the radiators we've just left in the first fixed position. So some of the issues that we've been having with the Navion is the RF receiver unit for the thermostat. So the signal, it doesn't seem to be very strong. So what we've done, we've just extended this orange cable here and actually ran the receiver unit to the center of the house, and that just means that we can get signal throughout with the wireless stat. This installation is getting changed for external installation. It's all up and grab at the moment. And another thing is, if any of you fit these Navion oil boilers, they've actually changed the plume kit. So this is the old one. As you can see, it's not actually correct. The cowl's totally missing, but just so we can temporarily use it for the customer, we've just connected it up. So just check that if you're ordering these. So other than that, this is all good to go. We're coming back tomorrow just to install some of the other radiators in the lounge area, and then we can start moving on to the bathrooms. Okay, so we're just starting the final phase of the pipework runs. We're just getting it all through the lounge now, and we will be terminating it with isolation valves ready for phase 2 of this building project. So let me just show you where we're at. So Oscar, again, he's been busy getting all the new copper pipework lagged. Like I said earlier, this is a bungalow, so we're trying to keep all the pipework underneath the floor rather than running it up and down in the loft. Using those Talon easy clips again to make sure all the pipework's nice and secure. And then from this section here, we're just branching off to these 3 column rads. So we've got 1 radiator there, 1 over there, and another one going around the corner. So where this floor's up here, this is where we're going to be putting our isolation valves for now. And then when the majority of the next building work starts, we can just join on from there. So in there, we've got a bedroom, utility, and then that's soon going to be a huge kitchen open diner, I believe. So quite lucky today, we've got the doors open, amazing view, can't complain.